Ah, isn't it nice weather today, everyone? Hello. Welcome. Welcome to another live stream. Let's see who's here. Oh, Secretive, welcome. Secretive, are you my only mod here right now? Maybe. Ah, Mikko Oppa, okay. Small. Charlotte. Welcome, everybody. Kangnina, I've got a notebook out with a pen. That's nice. Yes, we'll get started in just a few minutes. I always open the stream a little bit early just because historically we've had problems with the stream many times. So the first 10-15 minutes I always open early just to say hi to everyone, go over the prerequisites for the lesson, give any announcements. So that's what we will do, and we will start the lesson right at 2 o'clock. So that is in 13 minutes. So if you came in here and you're like ready to write stuff down, you're here a little early. That's okay. KG, my membership didn't charge again. Yeah, I heard some people, it won't automatically charge. Like sometimes YouTube's a bit weird at that and it'll cancel and you have to like rejoin. It's okay. I know you. I've seen your name here like plenty of times. Don't worry. But yeah, I know it sometimes will like, it won't give you like a grace period to like renew later. It'll just like charge. Oh, can't charge. Cancel. Like, I don't know. I hope that they fix it in the future, but it is the way it is for right now. 어디 계세요? Yes. So I'm sure you've all heard about the, the coronavirus going around Korea. So I wanted to go someplace that didn't have the coronavirus, at least cross my fingers, at least not currently. And that's the beautiful city of Sejong. Now, the boat is the boat you can see there. That boat is just hanging out. It stopped. It stopped. I think it broke down. But yeah, so beautiful city of Sejong. Now, I've gone here in some previous videos. It's spelled the same way as King Sejong. Sejong-si, si meaning city. So I'm in Sejong-si today. It's very beautiful. I've been here a handful of times, maybe about 6 or 7 times I've been here before. And it's really nice. It's like it's a very new city. So everything here is like shiny and new. And they have lots of parks. They have this gigantic park, which I'm in, which you can't even see the whole park. It's so big. They have lots of like new restaurants. They have some really cool things there. I might do a tour video in Sejong just because I like it so much. Maybe in the future, if I go there, if I end up going there again this year, if I can, then it'd be great to do another video there. But yeah, so I'm in the beautiful city of Sejong. Nice clean air. Thought I'd do the live stream from here. The water is also frozen. Oh, no, that's just it's moving. It's moving. It's my camera's resolution. My web camera resolution is just too low that you can't see the water. It's moving. It's moving. And you can hear it too. See? It's just my camera. Sorry about that. Ahimong. Welcome, Ahimong. Yo, lads. Let's see. All right, so let's go over the prerequisites for today's lesson. It is going to be an advanced lesson today. So you want to make sure you're intermediate level if you want to be able to follow along with today's lesson. Now, everyone is welcome to watch these videos. Anyone can come in and watch the videos. You can be brand new to Korean, you can watch this video. But if you want to know, is this lesson for me? Well, are you at least intermediate level? But by that, I mean like fully intermediate level, not like learning some basic intermediate stuff, but fully you are intermediate. That means you can have full conversations in Korean. You're not going to be saying everything you want to say in the way that you want to say it, but an intermediate can at least have full Korean conversations with people. So if you're not at least at that level, you're not ready for this advanced lesson today, but feel free to stay and you can still learn something. There might be some stuff you can still use, but yeah, just giving you a heads up. It is an advanced lesson. This might actually be the most advanced lesson I've ever done in a live stream. By that, I mean, The grammar form itself is not so hard to understand, but you cannot use it unless you're already advanced. So, and we're doing several forms today. It's not just 2 forms. This actually comes out to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forms today. So one of those forms is intermediate level. 속는 셈치고, I would say, is more intermediate level. You can just stick it in your sentences. And we'll learn about that one too. chida, just chida by itself, which we'll also learn about, is intermediate. So not everything is advanced, but our main forms, semchida and semida, these ones are definitely advanced because in order to use them, you already have to be very familiar with other beginner and intermediate grammar forms. You should already be familiar with the 것 같다, I think form, conjugating plain form, everything like that. So yeah, it'll be a fun lesson. I've always wanted to do more advanced streams. So, oh yeah. And then next week, Sunday, there is no live stream. That's because we did 3 in a row. This is our 3rd. So next week there will be no live stream. And then the next week after that, we'll go back. We'll have 3 more. When we do the voting for those, I'll give you 4 brand new topics to vote on. So that's why that's why there wasn't a vote this last week. I just said, this is what we're learning. So the reason is that because we're going to be doing a new set of 4 requests. So I got 4 requests from members. If you're a member and you want to request something and you didn't, feel free to. I might be able to add it. And we'll get 4 new topics to vote on. So look for that next Monday. Not tomorrow, but the next one. Gabriela Souza, welcome. Hey, Himon. Yes, I also want to do a calendar because I know some people have asked me for like a live stream calendar. I'm not sure if I'll do one right now because I might be going to Korea soon. I say I might because I'm planning on it. But if I can't go, then I can't go. We'll see how the situation is with the coronavirus. If I can go, then I will be going to Korea not next month. That would be April, early April. I will be going to Korea as long as I can. If I can't, then I'll have to delay the trip. If I do end up going to Korea, then we might be doing a meetup sometime while I'm there. That's why I made that post on the community tab. He's committed to the Italian. Yes. Are you talking about when I say Gabriella? Is that Italian or is that, I don't even know what language that would be. Gabriella Souza. I guess that would be like stereotypical, like racist Italian. I'm not really sure. I don't know what language that I'm trying to copy there. I'm just trying to say the name with like a European flair. Is it true that K-pop songs don't use proper Korean? They use proper Korean, but it's songified Korean. So there are lots of things you don't use in real Korean. They'll remove verbs if it's already understood. They'll make things shorter. They'll mix in English words, just like in pop songs in English. I mean, it sometimes doesn't quite make sense. It's just to sound good in the song. The stream was playing and I didn't know because I had to refresh. You can't say that or you get demonetized. No, I don't. I think that'll be fine. If they demonetize it, I'll just request it for reapproval. It might be because they don't want videos that only exclusively talk about that getting monetized, which makes sense. But no, it's just just talking with you guys, so it should be fine. What will the next topics be? I can't tell you yet. You'll find out when I put up the vote. But yes, so I'm in the beautiful city of Sejong today. Wonderful weather. And we're going to be learning about the forms semchida, semida, chida, 치고, 속는 셈치고, and a few others. So we'll get started in just a few minutes. We're almost there. Oh yeah. And then the regular announcement I give you every week is that remember that the worksheet for today's lesson is on Patreon. So if you're a Patreon member, make sure to go and get that. There are 8 questions. That doesn't sound like a lot, but they are advanced level. So it should take you a while. There's some English translations, like translate to English, and some translate to Korean. So go ahead and give that a try. You can download that right now. Also, the outline for today's stream is also available on Patreon, but today's will be uploaded right after the live stream finishes. So if you're looking for today's, it's not there yet. The other thing is that, let's see. Oh yeah, that's all of the announcements for today. Oh, Ahimong, I think they might be talking about the algorithm, which, yes, can demonetize people for certain terms, but if you do a appeal, then you get it. You can get it back. It's just sometimes they do that to like catch videos that tend to talk about topics that advertisers don't want to put ads on. And I'm not going to talk about it in today's live stream. I'm teaching Korean today, but yeah, that's the gist of it. Are you still going to Korea in April? Well, as of it so far, I still am planning to, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to be safe. As long as I can safely, I will, but I'm not going to put my life in danger if it got to that point. So we'll see, but I'll keep you guys updated. We need Charsu in future videos. Can you make a new character for him like he can? If I meet a Charsu, believe me, he will be in every video. If I can meet a Charsu, I should do that. I should search online for a pen pal named Charsu and be like, hey, we got to meet up. Be like, why? You got to be in my videos. Why me? No, just trust me. Do you have a friend? Do you happen to have a friend named Youngie by any chance? No, yeah. Okay. All right. So enough about that. Let's go on to today's lesson. Oh no, we still got 2 more minutes. Okay. People are still coming in. Let's see. We got 56 people. Is that correct? That's not very many people today. I guess because it's an advanced lesson. I know most people like beginner lessons here. So when I do beginner lessons, we get upwards of almost 200 viewers or more. And then after the live stream is done, we'll get 3,000-4,000 people who watch it. But when I do advanced lessons, we'll get maybe 100 people watching and maybe only 1,000 views after it goes up. So we'll see. But I still like doing advanced lessons. I think that there's not enough advanced content out there and I can teach it. So why not? And then, yeah, like I said, next time we get the vote, we'll get 4 new topics and those will not all be advanced. I might put maybe 1 advanced, 1 intermediate, and 2 beginner, something like that. So you guys can pick which one you want for next time. Where are my mods? I know I saw Secretive. I'm not sure if Zilly is here yet. Let's see. The advanced stuff's a challenge, but a welcome one. Yes. Surprise, but a welcome one. Carrie Rich. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're 1 minute early, but let's go ahead and start the lesson for today. We're going to be learning about several things today. A lot of stuff. The first thing we're going to learn is about semchida. Now, semchida is a verb. It's originally chida, but no one says that. It's always used as one word. semchida. What semchida means is to assume. To assume something. By that I mean to think something is a certain way, whether it is or it isn't. So you could be right, or you could be wrong. But you're just assuming that. How are you assuming it? Well, because you have information that leads you to believe a certain way. So you can also think of it as meaning to figure. Like I figured something was a certain way, right? I assumed it was a certain way. Now, this is not the normal way to just say that you assume something. This is what the form means in English, but this is not the best way to translate assume into Korean. If you want to say, I looked away and I saw it flash and I looked and it was gone. Oh, who's that? Charlotte. Hey, Charlotte. Thank you. Charlotte with the $1 donation. Thank you. All right. So, if you want to say assume in Korean, normally, I don't recommend this word. So don't just learn that this word means assume. That's what it means, but that's not the best way to translate it. We'll learn much better ways to translate it. If you want to say, oh, I assumed a certain thing, you'll want to use 가정하다. 가정, optional, 하다. 가정. 가정 means assumption. So this is the actual word you would say if you want to say, I assumed something. You would use 가정하다. And you could use that with the plain form and quoting form, just like any other verb, like 생각하다 or 말하다, like that. So 가정하다. But this word does also mean assume, but it's a little different. Another way you can think of this word is oops, I don't need that. Another way that you can think of sanchida is as to pretend. By that I don't mean pretending to act like something. I don't mean like you're pretending you're sick, pretending that you're scared. I don't mean that pretend. That's a different verb. That would be 척하다 or 체하다. We could learn about that another time. This means pretend as in thinking something. Like, let's just pretend, right? Let's just pretend that you're good at Korean. Like, it's suggesting something to the other person. But by that, it also just means assume. So really, all of these just mean assume, if you think about it that way. Like, let's just pretend that I'm going to the park tomorrow, and let's just pretend that you won, right? Or you might even say in English, let's just say that. Let's just say that you won, okay? Let's just say that you won. All right, sure. Let's just say that you won, right? Even though you lost, it doesn't matter. Let's assume that you won. That's what you're saying. So you're assuming something. For whatever information you have, you are thinking a certain way, whether that's correct or not. By that, this verb means assume. You got it? Okay. So, to say this another way, you are... Actually, let me give you another translation for this. Another way that will help you. This is one that it'll sound better when you start hearing it, but translating this into English can be a bit tricky because there are many ways you can translate this depending on the sentence. Okay. Here's another way. If you use this form with the ta ending, for let's, you could translate this as, let's just say that you won. Let's just say that you learned Korean in 1 month, right? This sort of form, this is what this form means. This is what it feels like. But the literal meaning is assume. So literally, if you were to say that, you'd be saying, let's assume that you can learn Korean in 1 month. Let's assume that you are going to Korea, like that. That's the kind of meaning you get. What this actually means, however, and the other thing I should say, I'll say this next. Okay. This sem. So you might be wondering, what does this actually mean, right? Semchida. Is this a verb? Semchida? No, it's actually 2 parts. Sem comes from the Korean word seda. Now, if you're familiar, you should know this word if you're intermediate. Seda means to count. Seda means to count. So sem is the nominalized form of the verb seda, to count. And it means counting or calculation. So sem means a calculation, a counting, the act of or the nominalized form of count. Chida is not chida like to kick, like you might be familiar. Chida actually would be more like, to hit. It's not to hit. This would be from chida, which is a different verb. It just means like to accept something. To accept something. Like to accept that something is true. Accept something is a certain way. Let's just say is true. So chida here is a different verb. You do not need to learn this chida separately. We'll be using it separately for today, but you don't need to learn this separately as chida means to accept because you cannot use it that way. If you want to say to accept normally, you would just use the regular verb 받아들이다, which is a regular verb means to accept. Like, oh, you should not, I didn't accept it, or I can't accept that fact, like that. No, this is only used in combination with certain forms. So literally you get to accept that a calculation is true. And that's what it means by assuming. You are accepting something is true. You are accepting that is true. You are assuming it is true with what you know, with what you've calculated. Oh, another donation. Charlotte. How much time does this live take? I might jump in later. It's going to take, I always time it So if we go according to schedule, which I'm not sure, then we will be done by 3:15. But it could be a little later. Depends on how fast things go. I usually get off track. So let's just say 3:15. But yeah, thank you. Okay, so I want to move on now. But before I give you a sentence, I need to say how this works. So I've only told you semchida. So how do we use this semchida? Well, it's actually quite easy. You take an action verb and you change it into an adjective. So in the present tense, you will take the action verb stem and attach nun. And in the past tense, you will take the action verb stem and attach un or a nian. So I'll say that again. In the present tense, you'll be taking an action verb stem and attaching nun. So hada, to do, would become hanen. And in the past tense, you would take an action verb stem and attach un or a nian, depending on that verb stem. So hada would become, if you're doing past tense hada, you'd become han. Or if you're taking 먹다, to eat, you would get 먹은 semchida. And then you'll conjugate this. So 하는 semchida would mean to assume that someone does something, whether that's you or another person. 먹는 semchida, to assume that someone eats. 한 semchida, to assume that someone did something. 먹은 semchida, to assume that someone ate something. Does that make sense? Are you okay on that? This is not used with future tense. So there is no future tense. You're not going to say 할 semchida. It's only present and past tense with this form. So I wrote it here just as adjective. The reason is this makes it into an adjective. So hada becoming hanen or han, like that. Okay. So now that I've explained literally what it means and grammatically how to use it, let's do our first example sentence. Let me know if I'm going too fast. Let me know if you're getting lost. I can explain things again. I can explain things in a different way. And feel free to ask questions. I can't read everything, but I try to read all the comments. Let's say the most difficult Korean words we know in the chat. Okay, well, that's not the let's say that. That's not the let's say that this form means. That's just let's say. Okay. Hey, Himon. Yeah, we need a little more chat spam. But it's okay. I expect this with every advanced lesson. So I'm not surprised. It's usually quieter for advanced lessons and more rowdy for the beginner lessons. So if one day I were to teach Hangul in a live stream, we'd get so many people. Okay. 2번은, so this time, 2번, like for now, for this time, 그냥 네가, so you, 네가, 이긴, so this is 이기다, past tense, 이기다, to win is 이긴. So we're going to have semchida. Let's assume, let's say that, or literally, let's accept the truth of you winning. 이번은 네가 이긴 셈치다. Literally, let's assume you won this time. Or, more naturally, okay, let's just say you won this time. Let's just say that you won, okay? Sure. I'll accept that. Let's just say that you won, right? Even though you lost. 이번은 네가 이긴 셈치다. Like that. Let's just say that you won this time, okay? Or, if you want, you could say, let's just assume that I won. 이번은 내가 이긴 셈치다. Let's just assume that I won. Let's just accept that, okay? Let's just say that I won. Like that. Or you could, you do whatever you want. chida means to lose. So let's just say that you lost. Or let's just say that I lost. Whatever you want to do. Past tense, semchida. Let's just say that. So this semchida, as is a very good thing that you can remember. In fact, just know that this is casual speech, but you'll hear semchida a lot. Like, let's just say something happened. Let's assume that. Hypothetically, Whether it's true or not, let's accept that. Okay. 너무 so much. 배가 불러서 I'm so full. 배가 부르다. Very full. Therefore, so as a result, 이거는, so this thing, this, I'm so full, so this thing, this thing, cannot, 먹겠다. This is not using semchida yet. We're just giving some context. 너무 배가 불러서 이건 못 먹겠다. I'm so full. So, this thing, I cannot eat it. I can't eat this because I'm so full. 먹은 셈 칠게. Like, I'm sorry, basically, you're kind of saying, well, I'm sorry, like, I'm so full I can't eat this, even though you gave it to me, right? Thank you so much for giving this to me. But I'm so full I can't eat it. I'll just say that I ate it, okay? I'll just say that I ate it. I'll assume that I ate it. I'll pretend that I ate it. 먹은, past tense. 먹은 셈 칠게. I will do something in response to something. 칠게, 게, this 게 ending. I've done a live stream about that too, though you should know that for today's lesson. 먹은 셈 칠게. I'm just going to say that I ate it, okay? I'm going to pretend that I already ate this. I'm just so full I can't eat anymore. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just so full I can't eat anymore. I'm just going to pretend that I ate this, okay? That's the meaning you get. 너무 배가 불러서 이건 못 먹겠다. 먹은 셈 칠게. Hopefully I'm not going too fast. Let's do another one. 너무 바쁘니까 I'm so busy. Because I'm so busy. 바쁘니까 because I'm so busy. 이건 this, so we have this again. 이건 this thing. 다 한 셈치고. So because I'm so busy. This, all of it. So all of this, 한, past tense to do. I did it. So I did all of that. 셈치고. I'm just going to assume that I did all of this. 치고 and 다음 일, the next project, the next work, the next job, whatever the context is, the next 일, the next work. 다음 일을 하자. So here we have sanchida being used in the middle of a sentence, not the end. 너무 바쁘니까 I'm so busy. Because I am so busy, I am going to assume that, or we, because we don't really have an I or a we in here, so we'll have to understand that from the context. But let's just look at it for I, and we'll change it a little bit later. So 너무 바쁘니까, because I'm so busy, I'm just going to assume that I did all of this. 이건 다 한 셈치고. Assume that I did all of this, and 다음 일을 하자, not 하다. 하자. So let's do the next work. 하자. So since we have 자, let's, our pronoun here is probably going to be we in English. So let's just do the next work. Something, and let's just go on to the next project. Let's just do the next thing we have to do. Because we are so busy, let's just say we did all of this and let's go on to the next job. So we're so busy, or I'm so busy, so let's just say we finished all of this and do the next job. That would be the meaning that you get from this sentence. 너무 바쁘니까 이건 다 한 셈치고 다음 일을 하자. So like, let's just say we're done with this one, okay? And let's move on. Like, we're so busy, we don't have time to do it. Let's just say it's finished and go on to the next thing. 너무 바쁘니까 이건 다 한 셈치고 다음 일을 하자. Okay. If you're totally lost, you are definitely not an intermediate, or I'm just really bad at explaining this. I'm gonna check the chat just for a minute after. Okay, let me write this last one, and then I'm gonna check the chat for a minute. Okay. Actually, I want you guys to guess. How would you translate this into English? I want you guys to try to translate. This is our last sentence for semchida, but don't worry, we're going back to semchida. This is just our last sentence for this usage of semchida. What do you think this means in English? I'm going to look at the chat, just make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. What are the key differences? 척하다 is to pretend. That's an action. semchida is not acting. It's just thinking. Yeah, 우리 친구의 요리가 너무 맛이 없었지만 맛있게 먹은 셈치다. To just assume that we enjoyed it. You probably wouldn't want to use that. In context, I guess you could, but I'm not quite sure what it is you're trying to say. Like, let's just say we enjoyed it. Then you'd want to use say we enjoyed it. 맛있게 먹었다고 하자. Let's just say that we enjoyed it. Like, you just do that. You don't need to use necessarily 셈치다. But you can think of it as meaning to assume if you're confused about how to use it. When you think in your head, do you think in English? When I'm speaking English, I think in English. When I'm speaking Korean, I think in Korean. You're doing great, Sudi. Thank you. Yeah. 척하다 is an action. Like you're actually acting like something. You're acting like you're hurt. Like, oh, like 척하다. semchida is like, let's just say that something happened. Let's assume it is, whether it is or isn't. Let's pretend I took it. Yeah, that could be good. Let's pretend that I took it. So someone's looking for their pen. And you're like, I didn't steal it. And your friend's like, no, you totally took it. You're like, 그래, 내가 훔친 셈 치자. Or 훔친 셈 치면, or whatever you want to say. Like, let's just say, if you say that I took it, let's just say that I took it. And then you can go on and explain, well, like, where is it? Or why would I use it? Or what do I need that for? Or something like that. You know, you could use it however you want like that. But yeah, it's just, let's accept that something happened. Let's accept something is true. Yeah, I'll leave it, but let's pretend I took it. Okay, this is something that you can say. This is something that you can say if you want to treat your friend to a meal. So you go to a restaurant, and normally when you go to restaurants, Korean people do Dutch pay a lot. They call it Dutch pay. Dutchy pay. I almost wrote Dutchy. Dutch pay. This is not really an English term that I knew in English before I went to Korea. Dutch pay is where you just pay separately. If you have 3 people, you divide it by 3 people. If you have 2 people, you split it in half. That's Dutch pay. Normally, Koreans do Dutch pay. If you meet your friend, Dutch pay. If you go on a date, then you can pay. But for regularly meeting people, like in the US, I know it's really common for people to take turns. Like, oh, I'll pay this time, you pay next time, like that. In Korea, it's really common just to do Dutch pay every time. Like, you all pay separately. But if you're going out to eat with a friend, and you just want to pay, you just want to treat them. So you pay the whole thing. You give the cashier all the money and you pay for it. And your friend's getting ready to take out their wallet. They take out their cash. You say, 받은 셈 칠게. I'll just say that I got it. 받은 셈 칠게. 너도. 넣다 meaning to put something in. 두어 meaning to leave it there long term. So just leave it. Like, put it back. No. I got you. Put it back. That's kind of what the meaning is. 받은 셈 칠게. I'll just pretend I got it, okay? 너도. Put it in. Put it back in your wallet. This is talking about in your wallet. So put it back in your wallet. Now, I'll just say that I got it, okay? Like, don't worry about it. 받은 셈 칠게. 너도. Okay. This semchida form, as such, is not super common, okay? It's used a lot, but it's not extremely common. You're not going to hear this every single day that you're speaking Korean. But it's good to know. So, there is another form that uses semchida that you will hear a lot more often, and we're going to cover that soon. But the next form I just wanted to do is just plain, let's talk about chida. Okay, let's talk about chida by itself. So this chida form is used a lot. by itself, but only in a certain way. semchida is used. This is used more commonly than semchida. But there's two things we need to learn. The first thing is 치고 or 치고는 or 치곤. 치고 or 치고는, also written as 치곤 if it's 치고는. So you'll see 치고 or 치고는 or 치곤. This also uses the same chida from semchida. But what this means is for being a noun. So for a noun, so for whatever noun you put it after. So the way it works is you take a noun and you attach 치고. And then optionally you can attach 는 or just a nian. So noun 치고 means for a noun, something is out of the ordinary. Something is special. Something out of the ordinary. So you're saying that something is out of the ordinary for being that noun. So if you were to say, for a American, you speak Korean well. Well, that is this meaning. For an American, 미국인, noun. Something's out of the ordinary. For an American, something's out of the ordinary. You speak Korean very well. Or, for a kid, you're very tall. Right? For 어린이, or I, a kid, child, something's out of the ordinary. Well, what is it? It's that you're tall. For a... I'm not really coming up with examples. For pizza, I think this was on the worksheet. For a pizza, there's not very much cheese, right? For a pizza, something's out of the ordinary. Well, what is it? There's not a lot of cheese. Or you can say maybe for a pizza, there's a lot of cheese. Like there's too much cheese. Like even for a pizza, something's out of the ordinary. There's too much cheese. 피자 치고는 치즈가 너무 많아요. Like for a pizza, there's too much cheese. Like you call this a pizza? This is just cheese with some dough under it. Like that. That's what you get. So this can be used for emphasizing the quality of something that's out of the ordinary for a noun. I want you guys to make a sentence using this. I'm going to give you a sentence, and I want you also to make your own sentence, and I'm going to take a look at them. I'm going to give you one example first, but go ahead and try to write something. Again, this is pretty common. We also have one more form after this that's really common, which is more common than semchida, which we'll talk about. Okay, this is my sentence. 미국 사람, American, 치고는, 미국 사람 치고는, so for an American, something's out of the ordinary. Well, what is out of the ordinary? 한국어를, so we have Korean, 잘 가르치시네요. 가르치시네요. So here, like, wow, you honorific, 시네요, you teach Korean well for an American. So you're an American, for an American, a noun, something's out of the ordinary. Well, what is it? It's that you can teach Korean well. Ha ha ha. This. It was about me. Okay. 미국 사람 치고는 한국어를 잘 가르치시네요. 미국 사람 치고는 한국어를 잘 가르치시네요. For an American, you can teach Korean well. So make your own sentence using 치고는 or 치고 or 치곤. Make your own sentence, and I'll take a look at some. Cheese. Too much cheese? Dude, if you put seriously, if you put 3 pounds of cheese onto a thin crust pizza, you're going to tell me that's not too much cheese? Like, when you can't even bite the crust because your mouth is just full of cheese? Like, no, there can be too much cheese. Believe me, there can be too much cheese. There's a pizza place not too far from my house that has an option to do 4 times cheese. So like normal places will do extra cheese, like double, maybe triple. This place does 4 times cheese. It's ridiculous, but it's still a pizza. But if you did more than that, it would be like, bleh, like this is like a ball of cheese. And it would just like melt everywhere. It would cover the whole crust. It's not cheese crust. It's just crust cheese. Like you're eating cheese and inside is some pizza crust. It'd be like that. 잘 모르는 임원 공부하는 셈치고 해주기로 했어요. Okay. May as well just eat cheese. Yeah. Pretty much. 치고 꽤 작아요. 소치고는 꽤 작아요. It's very small for a cow. Sure. I was reading some of your sentences. Still coming up. 미국 사람 치고는 한국 음식을 잘 먹어요. Okay. Yeah, since you're just saying 먹어요 and not 드시다, you're probably talking about yourself, but it could be talking about a friend. Like, for an American, you eat Korean food. You really eat Korean food pretty well. Like, you know how to eat Korean food. If someone says 잘 먹다, 잘 드시다, literally to eat well, it could be enjoying the food. Like, 잘 먹었습니다. It literally is like, I enjoyed the food, I ate well. Or if you're just saying it like a statement, it also means to know how to eat something. So if you say like kimchi 잘 드시네요, like you eat kimchi well, that's not saying you're eating lots of kimchi or you're enjoying the kimchi. It's more like saying like, oh, you know how to enjoy something. You know how to eat something. Like, you know how to eat the soup. Like, normally people don't know how to do it. Well, you're doing it very well. It's kind of like that. So yeah, like, you know how to eat Korean food. Like, you really appreciate Korean food could be another way to translate it. It can have a different translation depending on the context. Just giving you some alternatives. For 백인 치고는 rap. Yeah, but there's Eminem. He's good too. Sure. You rap very well for a Caucasian, as Grant Chase put. All right. For a Korean, you do not eat spicy food well. Okay. Although I do know some Korean people who can't eat spicy food, so it's kind of more of a stereotype. Like, Korean people usually do eat lots of spicy food, but they can't all eat spicy food. Okay. 외국인 사람. You don't want to combine 외국인 사람. You want to use 외국 사람 and 외국인. The reason is the in by itself means 사람. So saying 외국인 사람 is kind of like saying 외국 사람. But anyway, 외국 사람 치고는 한국어 발음을 잘 하시네요. Okay, you do Korean pronunciation very well for a foreigner. Okay, 가수 치고는 for a singer 노래를 잘 할 수 없어요. Okay, for a singer you can't sing very well. Okay, yeah, this is more of just a low intermediate topic. So in case you're wondering, this is not advanced. All right, 230. Okay, let's go on. 미국 사람 치고는 한국어를 잘 가르치시네요. You teach Korean well for an American. Let's go on to our super form for today. This form is similar to semida, but more common, easier to use. In my opinion, more useful. And that is just chida. To make it, you take the quoting form and you attach chida. And then you conjugate chida however you want. And that's it. So the quoting form, let's just take 하다. Well, now we have 한다고 치다. Or past tense. 했다고 치다. Now, this is not only action verbs. This can be any verb. Why did I write the Y like that? I think I was trying to write a Y and a V at the same time. Okay, this can be any verb you want. This can be action verb. This can be descriptive verb. And this has the same meaning as semida when it's being used to mean that assuming. So you are assuming something. Pretending that something. To suppose something. To figure something. Let's just say that something. This has the same usage as semida, although the grammar to use it is different. So if you were to take 하다 to do, with semida you would say 하는 semida, or past tense, 한 semida. With this you can say 한다고 치다, 했다고 치다, or even a descriptive verb. 춥다고, I said it's cold. 춥다고 치다, whatever. Any verb you want. So this one's easier to use as long as you're familiar with the quoting form. More common, I think sounds better in my opinion. It's much more commonly used. So yeah, this also can translate as like, let's just say that something, let's think that something, or, I just said that, I just assumed something. And you can even use this with a noun, because if you take a noun, you can just attach ida, right? And you conjugate that to the quoting form. So if you wanted to take the noun, let's say kimchi, okay? 김치이라고, you get 김치라고 chida. Now you got a noun. So you can use this with any action verb, descriptive verb, or even noun plus ida to be, and you're good. You attach chida, conjugate it, and you get the same meaning. To assume something. Like just to accept something is true. Let's give you an example. This one's very common. This form is. 그냥 그렇다. 그렇다 to be so. Or it is the way it is. 그냥 그렇다고 quoting 쳐. 그냥 그렇다고 쳐. Like just assume it is. Like let's just say it is. Just say that it is that way for a second. Okay, let's just say that it's right. 그냥 그렇다고 쳐. Let's just say it is that way. 만난 적. So the experience of having met. 만난 적 없다. So never met before. 없다고. So quoting. We have never met before. 만난 적 없다고. Or I have never met someone before. You have never met someone before. There's no context here. So let's just say 만난 적 없다고 치고. So let's just say we've never met before. Let's just say we've never met. 만난 적 없다고 치고. Assume we've never met. 치고 and 다시 again, doing something again. 시작하자. I'll just do that. Okay. 만난 적 없다고 치고. Let's assume we've never met before and 다시 시작하자. And let's start again. Let's just pretend we've never met before and let's just start again, okay? You might hear this in like a movie. Maybe you have a bad first impression with someone. You want to start over. Like, let's just start over, okay? Let's start from the beginning, Hi, nice to meet you. That kind of thing. 만난 적 없다고 치고 다시 시작하자. Like, let's just start again like we've never met before, right? 치고, assume that. And 다시 시작하자. Okay, I don't have any more sentences for chida, but I want you guys to try making one more sentence because we're not early on time, but we're okay. And then the next form we do is our most common form of all of these today. But go ahead and try to make a sentence with this chida form. In my opinion, this chida form is more important than semchida. If you're good with using chida, that'll be best. So yeah, the chida and then the next form we're going to do after this are the most important ones. So go ahead and make a sentence by yourself. It can be short. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just give it a try. I'll give you guys just a few minutes. Let's see here. Let's see. 한국어 공부 많은 외국인들을 도와주잖아. 반가. Oh, I have no way of knowing for sure, so please keep it to Korean and English. Nani? Yeah, only English and Korean here, please. 돈이 많이. Tiffany, stay. Remember, it's the quoting form conjugation. Korean, my fourth language. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead and try to make a sentence with chida with this form that we're doing. And I'll have some more caffeine. 그걸? Livia, I'm not sure. I think you're trying to say 그걸 말 안 했다고? Like I didn't say that, but I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say. But it's okay. Remember, this is an advanced level live stream. So if you're not at least intermediate level, you might not be able to follow along with today's lesson, but that's okay. Eventually you will get here. 돈이 많이 있고. No, Stephanie, stay. Remember, it's quoting form. But I can't teach quoting form again today. That's you can check out the live stream. Please watch the abridged live stream for how to do the quoting form. 영어를 못한다고 치고, okay, let's assume that I don't speak English. 한국말만으로 얘기합시다. Okay, let's just assume I don't speak any English and let's only speak in Korean. Good. Nice effort, Mail the Destroyer. I like that. Oh, Gabriel wrote something, but took it away. I couldn't read it. 시험 못 보다. 안 봤다 if you didn't take the test. Unless that's what you want to say. I guess you could say 안 봤다고 치고. Okay, contextually it doesn't really make sense. Like, let's just say I didn't take the test, and please let me take it again. Okay, yeah, I guess so. 안 봤다고 치고 다시 보게 해주세요. Okay, yeah, project memo. I see where you're going. Okay, nice. 안 들은 셈 칠 테니까. Okay, Augustus. 걔 안 들은 셈 칠 테니까 그런 얘기 앞으로 하지 마세요. Okay? I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear that. And don't do that again. Like, don't talk about that again. Okay, let's go back to the lesson. Yeah, I'm not advanced enough, but I'm here to watch it. That's okay. I am assuming at least half the people here are not ready for this lesson yet, but that's okay. You're all welcome. Just understand that in order to get this, you'll have to learn a bunch of other concepts too. But if you're wondering, like, oh, I don't really feel good about quoting form, or how do I conjugate the quoting form or plain form or future tense and all that, I have videos about all this other stuff. So please check the Google Doc. You can watch the abridged versions, and then you can even come back to this live stream right after if you want. Okay, this next form we're going to do is the most common. And you'll hear this a lot. This is a sentence connector. But most of the time, this will be at the beginning of a sentence. The sentence will start with 속는 셈 치고, or something like that. Or maybe 그냥 속는 셈 치고. This will typically be at the beginning of a phrase, though. What this means is we have our semchida again. 속다. 속다 in the present tense. So we know we have a verb here. 속다, since it's 속는. 속다 means to be fooled or to be tricked. To be tricked, to be fooled, to be bamboozled, to be deceived. So literally what you get is assuming that I'm being tricked, assuming that I'm being deceived. Like, I'm accepting that, right? To accept that, the calculation that, remember, sem, chida, sem, calculation, chida, to accept something as truth. So I'm just accepting that I'm being tricked. That's the literal meaning that you get. The way to translate this, though, there are a lot of ways you can translate this in English that are natural. I'm going to say all of those translations. These are the most common ways I've seen this translated. Take a risk and do something. To have nothing to lose, so let's just do something. To give someone the benefit of the doubt. By that I mean to just assume you're being tricked and just do it anyway. Give someone the benefit of the doubt. To assume you're being tricked and just take a leap of faith. Maybe you're wrong, right? Assume you're wrong. Just think, okay, you're wrong, but let's just do it. Doing something anyway. Assuming that you're being tricked, and then even though you're being tricked, what's going to happen? That's the meaning of this form. So let's do an example. I think when you see it used in examples, it makes a little bit more sense. But that's the meaning that you get. 속는 셈 치고 서봤는데. I'm going to write the whole sentence up and then I'll break it down. 서봤는데 효과. Now, you'll see Korean people pronounce this most often as 효과, but in reality, it's not supposed to be pronounced that way. Just know you'll hear a lot of people say 효과, but it's supposed to be 효과. And spelling-wise, too. 효과가 너무 좋네요. So, 속는 셈치고 써봤는데 효과가 너무 좋네요. 속는 셈치고. I just assumed I'm being tricked. I'm just going to take a risk, or I took a risk and 써봤는데. Here this 써 here is use. It could also be, 쓰다, but here it's going to be used. 써봤는데. So I took a leap of faith, or, I took a risk. I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I just assumed I was being fooled, and I tried it. I tried using it. 근데, but in contrast, 효과, effect, 효과가 너무 좋네요. It has a really good effect. Basically, that's how you say it works well. It works really well. I just took a risk and tried it out, and it works really well. 속는 셈치고 써봤는데 효과가 너무 좋네요. I was just, I was assuming that I was being tricked. I was just, whatever. I'm just going to take a risk. I'm just going to use it. I used it. And it works really well. The effect, 효과, is so good. It works so good. 속는 셈치고 써봤는데 효과가 너무 좋네요. Okay. So think about that for a second. I'm going to check the chat, and then we're going to go to the next sentence. 43. Okay. Billy on 효과. Neighbor says that boy and 효과. No, you'll hear 효과 most often, but it's actually incorrect. So especially with 효과적으로, like effectively, 효과적, effective. You'll hear more people say 효과적으로, but it's supposed to be 효과. Let's just check what Neighbor says specifically for, oops. Yeah, still shows just 효과. Yeah, I see. It's just listing an alternative. It just lists alternate pronunciations you might hear. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of words that are pronounced alternatively to how they're supposed to be. So it's good to be aware of those. But yeah, that's one of them. Like you'll hear more people say 효과. Although these days I hear a lot of people say 효과 too. But you'll hear more people say 효과, but it's supposed to be 효과. But because you'll hear it so often, it's good to learn both of them. Yeah, Naver will sometimes list multiple ways that people will pronounce something. 속는 셈치고 뱀기름 I bought snake oil. Yeah, there you go. 한번 먹어봐요. 속는 셈치고 해봐요. Bamboozle. It's to trick. I have been bamboozled. It's just like I've been tricked. Korean to Jorian. Okay, so let's go on. It's possible then if it keeps going though in the future, Naver might officially accept it. Like sometimes that happens like with jjajangmyeon, Naver tried to correct it. Well, I shouldn't say Naver. It's not Naver. It's actually 국립국어원. Tried to correct jjajangmyeon to become just jjajangmyeon. That worked for all of 2 seconds, negative 10 seconds. People were angry about it. And then Naver's like, not Naver again. 국립국어원 is like, okay, fine. It's both. So sometimes they try to correct things that are actually have originally been a certain way. And sometimes they'll correct things that aren't. So you have to be aware of that stuff. Another one is 화이팅, which everyone says 화이팅, but if you search in 국립국어원, which is what references on Naver, you'll find 파이팅 is the correct one. I've heard 파이팅 like one time in my life, and that was when someone was saying 파이팅 is a more pure Korean word. Yeah, it's just something to be aware of. The dictionary is 99.99% of the time, the dictionary is accurate. And that 0.01% of the time, you get some stuff where it's wrong or everyone at least thinks it's wrong. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff there. If you research, there's lots of fun stuff where you'll see dictionary says something else completely different than what everyone actually says. Or it'll give wrong definitions of things just because they want that to be the definition. Sometimes that happens too. Yeah, it's something I'm interested in as well. I really like that type of stuff, so I find that stuff a lot. 속는 셈치고 한번 먹어봐. 속는 셈치고. Just humor me, right? Just assume that you're getting tricked. 한번 먹어봐. Just try it. 한번, once, literally once, but it's used just like, give it a try. 한번, like for when you're saying trying something, you just say it as 한번. If you want to say once, you would separate this as 한번, one time. Anyway, 한번 먹어봐. Just try it. Just humor me. Just assume that it's poison. Just assume it's not going to taste good. Just 속는 셈치고. Assume you are being tricked and try it. 속는 셈치고 한번 먹어봐. Just humor me and try it, okay? Take a risk, take a risk and try it. Take a leap of faith and just try it, okay? 속는 셈치고 한번 먹어봐. I got 2 more sentences. Oops. I don't know why that's bold. Okay. 속는 셈치고. Just assume you're being tricked or something. 투자, invest. Invest. 투자하다 is to invest. 투자했는데, so I took a risk and invested in something. Whatever. I took a risk and invested. 대박. 성공했어요. 성공하다 is to succeed or to be successful. 대박 is greatly. So I was super, I would think this as super as an adverb. I was super successful. So I took a risk and invested. 속는 셈치고. I just assumed I was going to fail, right? I just accepted that I might be wrong. I accepted I was being tricked. I took a risk. I took a leap of faith. And I invested. 근데, in contrast to that though, I was super successful. 속는 셈치고 투자했는데 대박 성공했어요. So I took a gamble and I made an investment and was super successful. Incredibly, very successful. Greatly successful? Successful. And I was super successful. So I took a gamble and made an investment and was super successful. Okay. Let's see. How are we on time? I know I always check that. Okay, I guess we're not too bad. Okay, and the last sentence. Now, notice that it's always 속는 셈치고. 셈치고. This is just an idiom. This phrase is used so commonly, it's just an idiomatic expression. You'll always see it as 속는 셈치고. You're not going to say 속은 셈치고, 속은 셈친다, or any other combination. It's just used like this. 속는 present tense 셈치고. So memorize this as a phrase. Okay. 한 번만. So here we have 한 번 used as 2 words. 한 번, so it's one more, it's one time. Not trying something, but one time. 한 번만, only one time. 더, more, again. 믿어주세요. Believe me. Believe. Please. 믿다, to believe. So 믿어주세요. Please believe me again. Once more. 한 번만. Only once more. Just once more. Please believe me just once more. 속는 셈치고. Just take a risk. Take a leap of faith. Like, just assume that you're being tricked. Just accept it. Like, humor me. 속는 셈치고. Humor me. And just believe me one more time. 속는 셈치고 한 번만 더 믿어주세요. Just give me the benefit of the doubt and trust me one more time, please. 속는 셈치고 한 번만 더 믿어주세요. Okay, now we're ready to move on to our next form. So, if you only get one thing out of today's lesson, let it be 속는 셈치고. because it's really easy to use, right? It's an idiom. It translates directly to a variety of phrases in English. You know, take a risk, give someone the benefit of give someone the benefit of the doubt. You know, take a leap of faith. All those types of meanings. So yeah, that's really easy to learn. Definitely just more of an intermediate phrase. Okay. Oh, Cody. I feel bad that you can't see the donation because the stickers don't work on this board. So let me do that manually. Okay. Thank you, Cody. I'll put your name up here. Oh, and I got another donation. Grant. Jims. Billy, these forms are great. I've never seen anyone walk through these high-level forms like this. Well done, bro. Yeah, thank you, Jims. Okay. Cody, I gotta put Cody's up here too. Cody Jims. Well, thank you. I gotta do a dab. I gotta do special dance dab for Oh, and Kanani. Kanani, thank you too. Kanani Designs. That's dab for Kanani. Dab for Cody. And then I have a new thing. So for big donations, like Gems just did a big donation. So I have a special thing. I got a dab party. Get the dab party for special donations. This is for Gems. Okay. That's totally dumb. Thank you, Gems. All right. Put a little star here. Yeah, big donations. Got to get something special there for the big donors. Okay. So let's go on to our last form for today. That is semida. This is what I spend my money on. Semida. Okay. This is not our last form, but it's kind of our last form. There's another small one after that. Semida. So, if you've already learned semchida, what do you think semida literally means? Well, I'll tell you. Sem, again, calculation. Ida, to be. So it is a calculation of some sort of adjective. Now, by that I mean, you can say any sort of verb, just like you could with chida. So semida looks like semchida, but it's very different. It has sem and that's it. This is not, let's say something happened. Literally, it's not assuming something. But it's similar. So I'll give you a warning though. Semchida and semida are not the same at all. But they do have a similar meaning in some cases. So I'll tell you what that is. So literally, it is the calculation that, and now this ida at the end will be conjugated however you want. So this could be e.g., 이에요, 입니다, 이죠. You could even do something like 인 것 같아요, like I think. You can do any sort of conjugation to this ida at the end, plus sem. So what this means is, it's not like semchida, which means like, let's just say that something happened. Like, I'm just going to assume that something happens. This is more like, I would say that. Or, you could say that. You could say that. Or, it's more or less that. It's more or less a certain way. Or it's almost as if, or almost as though, let's write that, almost as though. This has a similar meaning to saying something something 와 or 과 마찬가지. 마찬가지다. So I'm not going to be teaching this form today. It's just a standard intermediate level form. 마찬가지 means the same thing. So literally it is the same thing as something. 그거와 that thing, 그거와 그것과 as that thing, 마찬가지다. It's the exact same thing as that. That's what 마찬가지다. This form means the same thing. You're saying the calculation is that. So that is the calculation. Like it would seem so, is what you're saying. I would say that. Well, yes, you could assume that. That is the calculation, literally. You could say that. It's more or less that. You know, judging by whatever I calculated that based on. It is that. It's almost as if this. That's the meaning you get. That's not the same as semida. Semida is like, let's just assume that something is a certain way. This is not assuming something is a certain way. This is just saying, based on calculations, it is that way, but I'm still assuming it. But it is a certain way. Oh, I got another donation. Charlotte, check your donations. Did I get something else? Oh, let me check. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, the reason is the sticker doesn't make the light. Hold on. Samanaha the duck. You know what? I'm gonna write your full username there. Samanaha. Samanaha the duck. Wow. Samanaha the duck's gonna get a producer credit today too. Samanaha the duck. Okay, we gotta do another dance party. This time it's gonna be a disco. This one's for Samanaha the duck. I only have 2 reaction emotes like that, so I have to make some more. But I could do that for next time. It's just an experiment. Charlotte, and also Charlotte, thank you. Charlotte. I wouldn't have noticed for like another couple minutes when I looked at the chat. Thank you, Charlotte, also. Okay, go back to here. Okay, I'll make some more. If you have suggestions, what I got is I got a little like a keyboard for sending like macros. I don't know if you're familiar with that. So I have a little keyboard I can use to initiate some macros, and I just set up some that do like different like animations on the screen or music. So yeah, if there's something you want to see, let me know. I'll try to customize something. If Gems or Samanaha the Duck, if you guys have requests for like new music or new like things you want to see on the screen for donations, I will take your suggestions seriously. I'll try to add some for the next stream, which will be in 2 weeks. Okay. All right. So this is more like it is the calculation that something is true. So we are under the assumption that something is true. That's what this form means. So if that's confusing to you, just think of it as having the same meaning as 마찬가지다. 마찬가지, meaning the exact same thing as something, or same thing as something. So this means it is the same. It is that. You're just saying something is a certain way. If you have an adjective, by that I mean you can take an action verb. So you can have past tense, 하다. 한 셈이지. Well, it is that someone, 한, past tense, did something. It is that someone did something. The calculation is that someone did something. So the assumption is that someone did something. You know, let's just say, ow, I hit my thumb on something. I'm just saying that someone did something, and I'm basing that on my calculations, my assumptions. So you could say that, right? Like, yeah, you could say that he did it. 한 셈이지. You could say, or I'd say that he did it. 한 셈이지. Yeah, that's my calculation. He did it. Or yeah, he more or less, 한 셈이지. He more or less did it. Yeah, my calculations say he did it. It's almost as though he did it, depending on how you want to translate it. But the literal meaning is pretty much the same as 마찬가지다. It is a certain way based on calculations or assumptions. So let's give you an example sentence. Okay. My request, Orange's video of KitKat. Oh, believe me. Gems, I've already written that video. I've already written a 4-part video for the origins of KitKat. I wrote it 2 years ago. But I don't know when I can film it. So I need someone to help me with it. So I don't know when I can film it yet. But yeah, I would like to do that. Oh, 차현준, 너무 바빠서 못 봤어요. I was so busy. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch this because I was so busy. Welcome back, Yeonjun. Thank you, Yeonjun. Let's do a dab. Thank you, Yeonjun. Okay. Tiffany, Chorsu, evil look or scary laughter while running. It's very specific. Okay, sorry, I'll get back on track here. We're almost done, but we're not. I'm 5 minutes behind. Okay, so let's just do something really basic. 그렇다 meaning to be so. 그런 셈이지. This is a very common expression you'll see. 그런 셈. It is, by my calculations, it is so. 그렇다 is a descriptive verb. So in the present tense, it conjugates into an adjective as 그런. 그런 셈이지. 그런 셈이지. You could say that. It seems so. Literally, it is that based on my calculations. So yeah, it's practically that. It is. Yeah, you could say that. 그런 셈이지. Like someone gives their opinion on something. What do you think? Well, 그런 셈이지. Yeah, it seems that way. I would think so. You could say it is. Let's do a longer one. 할인. So 할인 is discount at a store, so you get a discount. 할인을 받고, get a discount, 받고, and 나면. Now we did 나면 last week. 할인을 받고 나면. So if you get a discount, then after you've gotten a discount. So after you get a discount, 한 병, so one bottle of something, so one bottle of whatever, maybe let's say water, 한 병에, per, this A is per or each or A, so A, one bottle, each bottle, 한 병에 500원. So 501, or that would be about 50 cents or less than 50 cents. 100원인, so now we have 이다, to be, descriptive verb, present tense, 인 as an adjective. 셈이에요. So it is 501 each bottle after you've gotten a discount. 할인을 받고 나면, once you've gotten a discount, if you get one, 한 병에 500원인 셈이에요. It is 501 per bottle. So you can translate that a little bit better though. Like it's practically, or it's more or less, it's almost as though it's 501 a bottle after you get a discount. Or you could say that it's 501 per bottle after you get a discount. Or yeah, it's practically 501 per bottle after you get a discount. So it's like saying, hey, if you buy it, normally it's $3 per bottle, but if you do this, 할인을 받고 나면, once you've gotten your discount, 한 병에 500원인 셈이에요. It's practically only 501. It's practically only 50 cents a bottle once you get the discount. So that's what it's saying. 할인을 받고 나면 한 병에 500원인 셈이에요. So yeah, it is 마찬가지. You could say 500원과 마찬가지예요. It is the same as 501 per bottle. But here, semida, like I said, it's more like it's the calculation of something. By that, it's like your assumption. So you can assume it is only 501 per bottle once you've gotten a discount. So that's great. Super cheap. 할인을 받고 나면 한 병에 500원인 셈이에요. Okay. 결국, so in the end or ultimately, 저 혼자, by myself, me, 혼자, alone, 다, 한, so 하다, past tense, 한, I did it all by myself in the end. 결국 저 혼자 다 한 셈이지만, so here we're using it as 지만. Remember, you could still conjugate semida any way you want. So it is practically, more or less, I'd say that I did it all by myself in the end. 결국 저 혼자 다한 셈이지만, but 괜찮아요. So, 결국 저 혼자 다한 셈이지만 괜찮아요. In the end, well, ultimately, it seems, or it can be calculated that, it is my assumption that I practically, more or less, did it all by myself. 혼자 다한 셈이지만, but it's okay. 괜찮아요. 결국 저 혼자 다한 셈이지만 괜찮아요. So it seems like I've done it all myself in the end, but that's okay. So maybe you're working on a group project and you're talking to your group members and you're like, yeah, I guess I did it all in the end. In the end, I ended up doing all of it, but that's okay. Or you could even ask this to someone like, is that okay? Like, 괜찮아요? Is that okay? Like, it looks like I've done it all by myself. Yeah, I did. I did do it all by myself. It is that I did it all by myself, more or less. But is that okay? You could ask it as a question too. 결국 저 혼자, by myself, 저 혼자 다한 셈이지만. So, you could say that I did it all by myself in the end, but 괜찮아요. It's okay. Okay, we're not done. I do have another form. One more sentence here. I have another intermediate idiom to tell you. 눈 가리다. This is to cover your eyes. 가리다 means to cover something. 눈 가리다 means to cover your eyes. So there's an expression in Korean, 눈 가리고, so covering your eyes, 가리고, and 아웅. 아웅 is the sound a cat makes, like 아웅, right? 눈 가리고 아웅하다 is what they would say. This is just an idiomatic expression. Literally to cover your eyes and say aung, 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 like that. It's kind of like, you can consider it the Korean version of what we do in English. Like that, right? Covering your ears, closing your eyes, and just, I can't hear you, I can't hear you. That's what this is in Korean. 눈 가리고 아웅하다. It means to completely ignore something. Like, there's another idiom in English we say to put your head in the sand, right? It's like putting your head in the sand, like ignoring everything. So in Korean they say 눈 가리고 아웅하다, but so we're going to use this. 하는 셈이에요. So you're practically just putting your head in the sand. 눈 가리고 아웅하는 셈이에요. So it's almost as though you're just ignoring everything, is the meaning you get. Or it is as though you're just putting your head in the sand and ignoring everything. 눈 가리고 아웅하는 셈이에요. That's all you're doing is just ignoring everything, is what it says. 눈 가리고 아웅하는 셈이에요. Okay, we have one more form to do. This is our last form for today, and of course I am 10 minutes behind, but it's okay. We'll still finish by 3:15, maybe. Okay, the other one is also semida, but it's different. However, this one's very easy. I'll say that. You take an action verb stem and you make it into the future tense adjective form by attaching if it ends in a consonant, or attaching just a lil if it ends in a vowel. So if you have 하다, you get 할 셈. If you have 먹다, you get 먹을 셈. And then you finish it again with 이다. Now, this one has a completely different meaning. All we've done so far is using semida with present tense and past tense. But when you use it with future tense, it has a different meaning. 할 셈이다. It is my calculation that 할 will do something. Not it is my calculation that I did something, right? You could say that I did something, like 혼자 저 혼자 다 한 셈. It seems I did everything by myself. 할 셈. It has the same grammar. Now you're using it with the future tense, but when you use this form with the future tense, it means a different thing. It means to plan to do something. Or I think a better translation is to intend to. Now, I know this does not mean the same thing as the regular intend to form. You might be thinking, well, what about the 요구하다, the 요 form? 요 means intend, but it never translates as intend. If you say, 지금 가려고 해요, 여행하려고 해요. Literally, I intend to go on a trip. But it never translates as that. It just translates as I'm going to, or I'm planning on. This one translates better as intend to. This is more of a straightforward way of saying you intend to do something. Literally, I am calculating that I will do something. Right? That's the meaning you get. I am assuming I will do something. That is the assumption. That is the calculation that I will do something. So you get this literal meaning of intending. And it's less common. This form is not so commonly used, but it's good to know. And I've got one sentence for you for this. 정말 거길. So we have 거기를 over there. 거길 with the object marker. 거기를 또 again. 갈. So am I okay? Yeah. 갈 셈이야. Are you really intending to go there again? 정말 거길 또 갈 셈이야? Are you really intending? Are you really assuming that you will go there 또 again? 정말? Really? 정말 거길 또 갈 셈이야? 정말 거길 또 갈 셈이야? Are you really intending to go there again? Do you really intend to go there again? 정말 거길 또 갈 셈이야? Okay, that's the only sentence I have for you for this one. I think there's another sentence in the worksheet, but this one's not super common, but it's good to know. And it does have the same literal meaning as what we've already done with the past tense and present tense, but it just takes on a different meaning when used with future tense. So that is the end of the lesson today. How was that? Hopefully some of you were able to follow along with everything. I have a couple quick announcements, and then I'm going to do a short Q&A session. So the lesson's over now, so if you need to go, you can take off. Quick announcements is, again, no live stream will be next week. Next week, there is no live stream on Sunday because I'm taking a break, because I had 3 live streams already, and then take a break. And then after that, we'll do 3 more in a row. There will also be new voting options. So pay attention to next Monday's vote. Not tomorrow, but the next Monday. There's going to be 4 brand new options you can vote on. So make sure to vote on that so you can pick the next 3 lessons that we do. And remember that the worksheet is available on Patreon for today's lesson. And this outline will also be on Patreon within the hour. So yeah, before the hour is over, this will be up. Make sure to also join our Discord channel for updates about the future live streams, as well as plans for what I'm going to be filming, to make requests, to practice your Korean, to ask questions, anything. Check out the Discord for that. Now we will do a short Q&A just for 15 minutes, and then I will close this live stream at 3:30. So if you don't have any questions, we are done with the lesson today. But feel free to ask any questions or hang out, whatever you want, for another 15 minutes. Thank you all for coming. We didn't get too many people in the live stream today, but that's as expected because it's an advanced topic. So there's always more beginners than there are people that reach the higher levels. Gems, how do you download the worksheets again? Yeah, that's a Patreon thing. But Grant, if you message me, you've done so many donations, I'll send them to you, but you have to message it to me and I can forward it to you. But yeah, that's for every Patreon member, even the $1 tier. I just got like 75.89% of this lesson. All right, that's nice. 75, that's very specific. Maybe next time you'll get 76%, 76.2%. So I'm 40 now. How do you log into Patreon or sign up for it's just Patreon. Are you 40? You don't look 40. Yeah, it's just patreon.com/GoBillyKorean, as you would expect. And then it's just like a monthly thing where I have different tiers, and there's like a $1 tier, which is just you get the updates, you get the worksheets and the outlines and stuff like that. There's a $5 tier, which is I pay more attention to the suggestions. Now, I already have a big list of suggestions, but most of them have originally come from that. The $10 tier, which gets all the PDF lessons early for the Learn Korean episodes. I think there's 4 more already there. And then there's the $25 a month tier, which only a few people do, but that gets access to all of my videos a week or so in advance. For anyone curious about how Patreon works. Okay. Yeah, because I'm 50. Yes. Who's the oldest person here? I'm curious. Is it Jess Bridges? We got 50. Do we have any? Oh, we have 60. 60. Going once. Going twice. Thank you, Billy. I'm not very advanced, but I think I understood it. Have to go over it again. Yeah. If there's any part of this lesson that you don't feel like you have, I already think I did videos for most of these things. Like I've already done videos about kata for how it means to think. I've done videos about conjugating the different tenses, past, present, and future for both descriptive verb and action verb. I've done videos about all the sentence connectors I've used today, as well as videos about how to use the quoting form, how to use the like cool, plain form and cool, all of those. So yeah, most of this stuff you can get if you've watched all my other live streams. I'm 204. Small as a Yoda here. Or should I say baby Yoda? Because he's only 240. Although I think baby Yoda I think is like 50 in The Mandalorian. I think so. 940 in elf years. All right, there, Legolas. Actually, I think Legolas was like 2,000 years or something like that. Oh, wow. What is this? Right. Charlotte. Oh, I got two. Same time. Okay, wait. I got to do this one at a time. Charlotte. Charlotte also gets a producer credit for the video when I edit it. Wow, thank you, Charlotte. Let me check Charlotte first, and then I got to check Gems. Probably dumb, but how on earth do you pronounce I guess so? I guess so. So how do you pronounce I guess so you? It's I guess so you. I guess so yo. I guess. Notice this is the double. Not I guess so yo. I guess so yo. I guess so yo. That's it. It's just straightforward. I guess so yo. Also, Google Translate says I guess so yo, but the L is silent. It's not I guess so yo. It's not I guess so yo. It's always I guess so yo. You hear the lira is always there. It doesn't become silent. There are some words where certain letters will become silent in standard pronunciation, but this is not one. This is fine. I guess so yo, just as it is. Also, why does miem sound like piep sometimes? That's ba. That's because the miem ba is pronounced with the same mouth position as ba, just less stress. So you have pa. No, just look at my mouth. Now look at this. I'm going to say ma. They're the exact same mouth position, the exact same movement, just this one's stressed slightly. That's the only difference. That's why miem sounds like piep a lot. Ba, pa, ba. Just stressed. That's why they sound similar. And this is not in English, because in English it's ba, much more stressed than ma. And in English, this ma also has vibration in it. We say right? Korean, they don't say ma. They don't do that. It's just the sound by itself without the vibration. Korean doesn't have many sounds that have that vibration in them. English has a lot. You know, we have v with a v. You know, we have the V sound. We have ooh, that the W sound. We have a lot of those vibrating sounds in English. Korean doesn't have those. So you tend to get sounds that are harder to distinguish when you're not used to them. Okay, and now we got Gems. Gems did another big donation too. I got to check that one. By far the best class for me. Yes, probably because it's more advanced. I know I don't do too many advanced stuff, but I like to. I'll definitely always keep an advanced topic as an option for voting. Please do more advanced one in the future. Anything that would help with the TOPIK test or improve my OPI would get. Yeah, I could do some TOPIK forms. I haven't really explored doing lessons about TOPIK yet, but it would be fun. I'd be interested in that. Okay, I'll consider that. I'll do more advanced. I'll have another advanced topic for the vote. And I can't guarantee I'll do it for the next time. It depends what people vote, but I'll definitely put it up there. And I got to do a dance now. I don't have another special dance yet because I haven't made any more, but I'll just do the same dance before. This is for both Charlotte and for Gems. There we go. Oh man, what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Thank you guys. Yes, thank you both of you. I'll put both of you guys in the producer credit. I have at the end of the video. You haven't seen them yet, but in the new videos I've been uploading for the past editing for the past month or so, at the end they have a little producer credit at the end of the video. So, Charlotte, you don't have to pay me money to answer your questions, but I will accept it. All right. Also, 맛있어요. Someone said literally 맛있어요. 맛있어. Oh yeah, yes, you'll hear that too. 9 out of, oops, I don't want to use the purple for this. How do you pronounce this correctly? Also stars. I like stars. Stars. Okay, maybe I'll add a star one. Okay, the 9 times out of 10. This. 맛있어요. 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 But then there is this. This is not 맛없어요. This is not 맛없어요. The actual reason is a little bit more complicated, but I'll just tell you the simpler reason is 맛 by itself is pronounced as 맛. 맛 by itself. That is the sound that's used when you say 맛 없어요. So that's why they say 맛 없어요 becomes 맛없어요. 맛 없어요. 맛 없어요. 맛 없어요. But then what you get it, so 맛있어요 and 맛 없어요. It's easy to hear because not only is it 있다 and 없다, but also 맛이 and 맛어. It's very different sounds. So 맛 없어요. But what some people do then is they say 맛 있어요. They're kind of doing it to be funny. 맛있어요. 맛있어요. Oh, 맛있어. 맛있어. 맛있죠? Some kids will say, oh, you know, 맛있어. 맛있어. Some little kids might say it. 맛있어. So it's just kind of a fun way of saying it, like pretending that this is pronounced as 맛, even when you're saying 맛있어요. So you'll hear 맛있어. If you're separating it though, if you're saying 맛있어요, then you would always say 맛있어요 like that. Otherwise, if it's together, it's supposed to be 맛있어요. So yeah, you might hear that, but that's what it's from. Don't do it though. It sounds weird. Okay. Another 5-6 more minutes. Are we here just to suffer? Pretty much. After the live stream? Yes. She was serious about it? Yeah, you'd be surprised how many wrong things you can learn about Korean if you ask a native who doesn't have experience teaching. I had a story. I was doing the video about Korean tutors. So I think I've told this story before. I was doing a video about pros and cons of using a Korean tutor. You can find the video on my channel. And to do that video, I did tutoring online. I wanted to, because I hadn't done online tutoring before, so I wanted to make sure what I was actually saying was accurate. So I did tutoring. I did about 4 tutoring sessions. I can't remember exactly now. In the video, you see that I feature a couple. And I didn't feature some other ones. There was one of the teachers that I had that I won't say their name. They were teaching some wrong stuff. They had a lot of reviews on the website that I was using. Lots of good feedback. Everyone loved the teacher. I don't even want to say the gender. Lots of people loved the teacher. And they taught me some wrong things. They were teaching me wrong pronunciation. And I thought about it. I realized it's because they were speaking in dialect. And they didn't know it. So they thought they were using standard Korean. They were not. They were using dialect. So you can learn wrong things. And for me too, you can learn wrong things from anyone. But especially someone who doesn't know what they're doing, you can learn a lot of wrong things. So I think pen pals, the best part about pen pals is just, am I saying something okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? Can we communicate? That's the best thing about a pen pal. Not, can you correct my sentences? Because they can correct some things wrong. Just keep that in mind. They might not correct it to be the best way to say something. And as in that example, Badisoyo, you're not going to really hear that very much. But they might say that, but it's wrong. Why are we even here, Ahimang? Just to suffer. Yes. Billy's friend Jeremy at Motivate Korean explained that. I totally get it. Oh, what did they explain? Voicing and unvoicing. Yeah. Yeah, there's the correct grammatical terms like tense, untensed, voiced, unvoiced. There's all that stuff. I don't typically use those words just because I think they're useful for people who already know them. But yeah, it's that. It's some sounds are made differently. So in Korean, they don't make like mium is not an M in English. That's the problem with romanization is not just because the sounds aren't accurate but you're going to think the sounds equal the English sounds and they don't. They never do. So this is why we only trust Tutor Billy. I appreciate your trust. Just know I'm not flawless. I can make mistakes too. I do my best though. I do always, I research a lot before I teach these lessons and I try to teach you guys everything as accurate as possible, but I can make mistakes too. Billy knows all the mistakes I'm going to make before I even make them. Usually people who learn Korean are better at teaching it. Typically, yeah. Though I would say if a Korean takes time and really studies how to teach Korean, then they can do a really good job too. But yeah, the thing is just have you ever thought about the language in depth before? And if yes, you can probably teach it. But if you never thought about it, I mean, how good is an English teacher who's a native English speaker? If they're not an English teacher, like if I just go to Korea and just try to teach English, which I did, you're not going to be a very good English teacher until you've done it for a while. Charlotte. Oh yes, Charlotte, I did. I bought a laptop. Charlotte, thank you. Did you money the laptop already? And do you listen to K-pop? For your first question, yes, I bought the laptop. It was just a hair over $2,000 because I got something that's good for editing. Now, assuming I'm still going to Korea, I will be using it while I'm there to do some live streaming as well as to edit some videos while I'm there. So yeah, I got a good one though. Really good one for the price. It's like not a very well-known brand, but it's a very good quality laptop. And then do you listen to K-pop? No, I don't listen to K-pop. Not on a regular basis. But I do know general, like what songs are really popular and stuff like that because I'll hear them just while doing things. But yeah, I don't listen to too much K-pop. I listen to a lot of OST. So if you're wondering like what kind of music does Billy listen to? Soundtracks. I love movie soundtracks. I know tons of movie soundtracks. Even if I haven't seen the movie before, I might know the soundtrack. The reason is my grandparents were members of the Academy, the Motion Picture Association. So they would, maybe I shouldn't say this. They would let me listen to a lot of the soundtrack CDs that they got. So I have tons of those. I've returned many of them though. But yeah, so I would listen to all those when I was a kid. Like, here, you can borrow this, and I'd give it back to him, months later or a year later. Here you go. Bro, I could listen to La La Land OSTs all day. K-drama OST. BTS, though, he's a super fan. I see. Oh, Tiffany Stay, why'd you use Kogir and not Kogi-e? I think I made a video about that in my Korean FAQ using the object marker for a location. Did I upload that? I made it. I'm not sure if I uploaded. I think I uploaded it. Yeah, I did. Oldier and Oldie. I did make a video, so search for that on my channel. I talk about it. You can use the object marker for showing a location, just like you can use a or uro. And I did make a video about that. Check my Korean FAQ series. Okay, I think I should. Inuyasha. If you're talking about the anime, I'm familiar with that, but I don't know Inuyasha Futari. Is that another group? I used to listen to a lot of J-pop. But I'm not up to date on my J-pop at all. All the J-pop I know is all prior to 2005. So everything from 2005 and beyond, back into maybe the late 90s, I'm pretty familiar with that for Japanese stuff. But beyond that, I haven't gotten into it. And thank you, Charlotte. So yes, thank you everyone for coming. I will stop the live stream here. Check out the Discord channel. We can keep chatting there, and I will see you guys again next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐. Okay, let's move this. Let's move this screen. Just look at the beautiful city of Sejong. And I'll see you guys again next time. Bye, guys. Bye. Okay, I'll check it out. What is that? What does that even mean? Okay, I'll search it up, Charlotte. Thank you. I'm dabbing. You can't see me, but I'm dabbing.